Hello, welcome to Your Simple Golf Swing. I'm Matt. In this video, I want to give you a revelation about your clubs that you don't know. And once you understand this and realize this, it's really going to open up the door for you to be able to swing more freely with every club through your bag. You'll be hitting every golf club a lot further and with a lot more accuracy than you ever had before. Before I get into this lesson, I want to welcome all of you newcomers. Please take some time to go through my channel. You'll see I've loaded countless videos that'll teach you the most powerful, effective, and efficient swing that you'll ever experience. If you want to learn the swing a lot faster, just go down in the description where you'll find a link to my online course. Click on that link. You can get signed up today and learn the swing in no time at all. Okay, so let's get into today's lesson. So I did a video a little while ago talking about how this is a very natural swing. And I talked about how the stance, how we don't have a lot of knee bend, how we're not bent way over, you know, at the waist. We bend more at the ball and socket joints of the hips. And I also mentioned that we just have a little bit of a bend. We don't have a whole lot. We have a very upright stance or very upright setup. In our whole swing, we stay relatively upright. And I've had a lot of people comment and talk about how that upright stance has really helped them out. They don't have back problems or anything like that anymore. They feel like they're more powerful. They feel like they can really use gravity a lot more in their downswing to really crank that ball out there. But some of the other comments that I was getting really kind of surprised me, and it made me stop and think for a while, and I realized what the problem was. There were people saying, well, you know, that's all well and good, that upright stance and everything when I'm hitting a driver, but when I get the shorter clubs in my hands, then it all goes to pot. Well, why is that? Well, it's because they have a misconception about their golf clubs. They have a misconception about how to set up to the ball. I want to ask you a question, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's a bit of a trick question. So we have a pitching wedge here, and we have a driver here. Which club is taller? It's a trick question, so think about that. Which one of these clubs is taller? Neither one of them. They're the same height. They are different lengths, but they're the same height. And this is where that commenter got a little confused. Lining up to the ball with this nice long driver, just a little bit of bend forward, just a little bit of lean forward, and you have a relatively upright stance. But then he thought, for some reason, since this club is a shorter length club, that it's a shorter height club. So what that tells me is that he's reaching out, which causes him to bend down a lot more. But the fact of the matter is these clubs are the same height. Every club in your bag is the same height. Pitching wedge, driver. Let me demonstrate for you. Here's my driver stance, okay? Just like this. Now, if I want to hit a pitching wedge, pay particular attention to my lean. I'm going to move the driver there, and I'm going to put the pitching wedge right here. Did you see any more bend? Why don't I have to bend over more for the shorter club? Because the clubs are the same length or the same height. They're different lengths, but when you line them up with the head lined up flat on the ground, you'll see that these two clubs, the handles are at the same height. Now here's a pitching wedge, here's a driver. My hands are going to be the same distance. I don't have to do any more bending for a pitching wedge and a driver. If we take a look at all the different irons, let's grab a 7-iron, we'll grab a 5-iron and a 3-iron. Now if you notice, if you stand the correct distance from the ball, there's the 7-iron. Let's see, here's the 5-iron. And here's the 3-iron. They're all the same height, every one of them. What many golfers get wrong is they'll get these shorter clubs and they'll stick their arms way out, and that causes them to lean over more. But all of your clubs are the same height, every one of them. None of them are any different, as long as you have that face flat to the ground. Now, why is it important for you to know this? Well, like I told you, I teach in the Your Simple Golf Swing method that it's the same swing for every club in the bag. The only difference is going to be the swing plane that you bring it up on. Now, I did a video not long ago that talked about the differences in the swing plane. It talks about how with that pitching wedge, you're going to come more upright because you're closer to the ball, and because you're closer to the ball and we're not adding any more forward lean to it, that club is going to come up dramatically higher than, say, the driver. Again, no additional lean, and we're just going to see that's going to come back a little flatter. Now, you may get to the same position when you're at the top, but that initial takeaway is going to be different. What I really want you to take away from this is remembering every one of your clubs is the same height. Even though they're different lengths, you adjust to that length by the distance you stand from the ball, not how far over you lean. Once you start leaning over at different interval or different angles for each club in your bag, you're going to get really inconsistent. So if we're going to use the same setup for every club in the bag, it makes things a lot easier for us. There's the driver, and I'm not going to lean over anymore for the pitching wedge. Now, if you find yourself having to lean over to the ball when you get down into your shorter clubs, it's probably because you're standing too far away from the ball. If you feel that I'm leaning way over, I'm bending my knees more, just get closer to the ball. When you get closer to the ball, you're going to feel that more upright swing. And it's the same swing. So I hope this video helps you out. I hope it helps you to understand. Remember, all your clubs are the same height. Well, I hope that helps some of you out there. I hope it's a revelation. A lot of you probably have never heard that before, that these clubs are all the same height. And therefore, that your stance, your setup is the same for every club in your bag. Go out there and just kind of experiment with that in your backyard, at the driving range, or even out on the course. You'll find that you have a much more consistent swing if you remember all of my clubs are the same height. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. I want to welcome all of you newcomers. Please take some time to go through my channel. You'll see I've loaded countless videos that'll teach you the most powerful, effective, and efficient swing that you'll ever experience. If you want to learn the swing a lot faster, just go down in the description where you'll find a link to my online course. Click on that link. You can get signed up today and learn the swing in no time at all. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.